longing for that perfect summer getaway, trying to escape from all your troubles and cares, one airline can take you all the way. Oceanic Airlines, taking you places you've never imagined. Visit us today.
The adventure of a lifetime awaits you. Oceanic Airlines will take you places you've only imagined in your wildest dreams. Oceanic Airlines, your ultimate destination. For more info, go to flyoceanicair.com today. The adventure of a lifetime awaits you. Oceanic Airlines will take you places you've only imagined in your wildest dreams. Oceanic Airlines, your ultimate destination.
On the 22nd of September, Oceanic Flight 815 took off from Sydney bound for LA. There were 324 passengers and crew aboard. 6 hours after takeoff, radio contact was lost with the plane. Family members of those on board only found out the plane was missing when they got to the arrival gate. My partner, Sonia, she was on board 815. She's a flight attendant. She really loves her job. In the next few hours, Oceanic will announce that the search for Flight 815 is to be abandoned, and those on board are to be declared deceased. Oceanic want to be flying again, taking you places you never imagined. I never imagined being taken to the place where I am right now. I want answers. And I'm sure you do too.
In a prepared statement, Oceanic executives expressed profound disappointment that despite conducting the largest search operation in the company's history, no trace of Flight 815 has yet been found. The abandonment of the search has drawn protests from relatives of the 324 missing persons, amongst them dozens of Oceanic employees.
There were 324 passengers aboard that flight, including someone I cared very much about. Her name was Sonia, and she was one of the flight attendants. We had been together almost 8 years. And I don't know what happened to her, so I don't care what it costs. I'm going to get the facts.
It is expected that the passengers of Flight 815 will be officially declared deceased in the next few days.
Dear Sam, you do not know me, my friend of Sonia's. Please excuse me for contacting you out of the blue like this, but it's an old photograph of Sonia. Her and my thoughts and prayers. trench. Soon to trench. Soon to trench. My name is Sam Thomas, and up until a few days ago I worked for Oceanic Air. I was a IT technician. My partner, Sonia, also worked for Oceanic. She was a flight attendant. Sonia was on board flight 815 when it disappeared. Oceanic have recently decided to abandon the search for 815. Despite this, I won't stop looking. I can't. You see, I need to know what happened. And if I'm honest with myself, this is part of the reason why. She's a beauty, isn't she? 2 months from now is going to be the 8th anniversary of the day that Sonia and I met. And my plan was to get down on one knee, which would have really embarrassed her, give this ring and ask her to marry me. And that would have made up for all the times that I could have. But I didn't. Tomorrow, I'm flying to Jakarta. I'm going to hitch a ride aboard a salvage boat called the Christian 1, which is looking for a shipwreck somewhere in the deepest waters on the planet. And I'm doing this because I received a coded message in a photograph from a group called Maxwell. I mean, it might seem crazy, but to tell you the truth, I feel like crap. I can't sleep. I'm not going to just sit around waiting to feel good again. I've had enough of waiting until it's too late. I don't know. Life's thrown me a few surprises lately. So I guess I'm just taking a break from it all.
It's an expedition, it's not a getaway for cash-strapped tourists.
Well, you wouldn't have to pay me, you just feed me and I'll sling a hammock on the deck.
No, like I told you on the phone, we're crewed up. We'll be at sea for months, so every gram of cargo is there for a specific purpose. I can't afford dead weight. Owen! Get Takano on the phone, will you? And tell him his shoddy handiwork's going to cost me 2 days if he doesn't hurry up.
What is it?
I'm afraid, Mr. Talbot, we won't be leaving today.
That, Mr. Occam, is unacceptable. We're already a day over schedule. My employer's requirements were made quite clear.
Your employer's requirements were made at short notice, and quite frankly, installing their special requirements takes time.
It's a chart plot, all right? Like I say, it's just the SPU board.
You know how to fix it.
Fix it? probably build you a new one from scratch.
Sukarno's ringing back in 3 minutes. You beat him to it, you got your hammock. What's your name?
Sam Thomas.
Welcome aboard. Show you the cabin.
What's your interest in the Sunda Trench, Sam Thomas?
Oh, like I said, I'm just looking to get away from it all for a while.
Get away or run away?
Does it really matter? You ask half the crew that question.
My employers know all there is to know about you and your crew, Mr. Ockham. Not too much at stake to risk any surprises. But Sam here is a mystery.
Oh, I wouldn't worry, I'm just your regular guy next door.
Yes. Honest, hard-working, easygoing.
Yeah, something like that.
Perfect girlfriend. I wonder what you're getting away from.
Come here. Look, I can't guarantee your equipment's going to hold out. Given our destination, I can't rule out a complete electronics meltdown. This is an insurance policy you need to take out.
Call me when it's fully operational. I'll need to install security measures. Welcome aboard.
You really know how to make friends, don't you?
Just ahead, it is being reported that all communications with aviation pioneer Amelia Earhart have been lost. Miss Earhart was en route from New Guinea to Howland Island as part of a daring round-the-world flight. A tireless advocate for the aeronautical industry, Miss Earhart was the first woman to cross the Atlantic Ocean, as well as the first to cross it solo. She regarded aviation as a relatively safe form of travel that should be widely adopted. The last verified communication received by the United States Coast Guard was at 8:43 a.m. today and indicated that Miss Earhart's Lockheed Electra was low on fuel. A search is already underway by the Coast Guard. There are many reports from across the Pacific of communications picked up from Miss Earhart's plane, but these are yet to be authenticated.
I think I have made a big mistake. At the moment, we're about 300 kilometres off the Indonesian coast in a area called the Sunda Trench. Deep waters, around 7,000 metres in some parts. And sure enough, Christian 1's mission is to search for a sunken slave trading ship called the Black Rock that disappeared in 1881 whilst returning from a gold mining expedition around Papua New Guinea. I mean, that's all fascinating, but what does it have to do with 815? I'm starting to wonder what the hell I'm doing here. I thought following this lead would give me something to do, besides just sit around and think, but sailing up and down over miles and miles of ocean, looking for a needle in a haystack 7,000 metres deep, unfortunately gives you nothing but time to think. And what else makes me wonder whether this is all worth it is I received another email. This Maxwell group. And I just don't know what to make of it. It's just incomprehensible numbers. I can't make any sense of it no matter how long I stare at it. Maybe I don't know, read too much into the first email. It's just somebody having a laugh because they saw me mouthing off on TV. Well, some joke. No, I think I'll just get off at the next port. There's nothing to find out here.
We'll be passing Christmas Island soon. That's Australian territory, so just drop me off there.
We missed Christmas Island by 150 miles. Incidentally, that's as close as we'll get to Christmas this year. We dock in Jakarta early January. Better let your folks know you won't be back for the holidays.
So there's no way off?
Well, you could start a mutiny. Unless your pockets are as deep as Talbot's, I wouldn't bother.
Great.
Look, I'm contracted to scan within a search grid. If I step outside that grid, Talbot's going to know. So I stay inside it, because if I do, we'll find black rock. When I do, Talbot will pay me. And when he does, I can pay some bills, which right now is a lot more important to me than your itinerary.
So where does Talbot get his deep pockets from?
Syndicate.
You mean you don't know?
Anonymity's not uncommon in marine salvage. Allows investors to plunder heritage sites without spoiling anyone's reputation. Except mine.
But don't you want to know what you're getting involved in? I guess not.
Oi! Shift starts at 3 a.m. Sharp.
Maxwell.
What were you doing in there?
Your door was open. I was,
What were you doing?
You left your door open. I was closing it for you. Look, Talbot, I think we got off on the wrong foot.
What were you looking for?
I told you I never went inside.
You were looking for something.
I'm not looking for anything.
Oh, yes, you are, Sam. But it's not black rock, is it?
Everything all right?
Sam was just leaving. Some people think you're an asset to this expedition. I'm not one of them. Stay out of this room.
Well, I'm still here. I couldn't convince the captain to let me off, so it looks as though I'm in for the long haul. Mind you, I think it may be worth hanging around. A few things have come up. I now know that Talbot is working for the Maxwell Group, the same people who've been sending me these emails. Unfortunately, it seems that no one told Talbot I was joining the expedition. He won't be telling me what he knows anytime soon. But at least I know I'm on the right track. Speaking of which, I finally worked out what those cryptic emails are about. So within all those numbers were coordinates, longitude and latitude. I don't know where they point to yet, but I'll check it out on Talbot's chart plotter. I mean, I'll have to hack in, but that'll be a piece of cake. Sonia would hate all this sneaking around. She always liked things out in the open. If something was on her mind, she'd want to bring it up. And she expected me to do the same. Which I hated. I mean, sometimes you just don't know what's on your mind. I suppose it brought me out of my shell. I just miss her. Having her there to talk to. Get things off my chest. But it's been good. Good to have something to do. You know, less thinking. Yeah. Anyway, better get back to it. Everything okay?
Yeah, great. Time for you to start earning your keep.
Why? What's the problem?
That's for you to find out. I better tell Lord Talbot. Well, put it this way, it's the first malfunction we've had, so consider us lucky. Hey. So what was the problem?
Oh, just a loose display cable, that's all. It's fine now.
Right. Well, let's hope it stays that way. You can sleep.
Right.
But you're on call 24/7 till we're out of this place.
You weren't telling the truth, were you, Sam?
What do you mean?
The chart plotter wasn't broken, was it?
Yes, it was. I just fixed it.
Then why did you have this?
What are they? Yeah, lotto numbers. Ever picture you as a gambler?
You know what they are. They're coordinates.
Oh, is that what they are? See, I wouldn't know.
What are the coordinates for? You have no idea what you're involved in, do you? You don't know who you're dealing with.
Maxwell. The Maxwell Group gave me these coordinates. Your employer told me to come here.
Like I said, you don't know who you're dealing with. Stay away from those coordinates. You won't find what you're looking for.
I cannot pin Talbot down. He's doing my head in. 1 minute, I'm way ahead of the guy, and the next it's like he's reading my mind. I checked out those coordinates, and sure enough, they're within the search grid. But then Talbot found a piece of paper they were written on, and then he wanted to know where I got them. I told him. The Maxwell Group. He just smiled. He said, "You don't know what you're dealing with." Well, he's got that right. I have absolutely no idea. I don't know who this Maxwell Group is. I don't know what they do, why they do it, and who they do it to. Oh, and their latest email. You see, now they're just toying with me. This time they use a different code. And when you decipher it, it says, "Love you madly." Sonia and I would say that all the time. Why send it? Is it supposed to help? Make me feel better? Of course not. It's supposed to mess with my head. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to spur me on. Make me remember Sonia. Well, thank you very much, but I don't need any help. She's all that I think about. In a couple of days, it'll be our 8th anniversary. So, I know it's crazy. I know I can't trust these people, but if they want me to find Black Rock, then that's what I'm going to do. I have to get to those coordinates. And if I do, maybe they'll give me what I want. We're within range today. It's the only chance we'll get for the next 3 weeks.
Where'd you get this?
His cabin, that night he broke us up.
Well, if this is Black Rock, why doesn't he just go straight to it?
Like I said, he's not telling us everything.
That's supposed to be breaking news.
Well, what sort of deal have you got with him?
He pays for 3 months at sea.
Whether you find Black Rock in 1 or 90 days.
It's a standard deal if I don't get a cut of what he finds.
Then that can triple your money.
What's in it for you?
Answers.
We need to cover our tracks. I don't want to know. All right, the coordinates are programmed. Follow the ship's directions. I'll cover. Mr. Talbot, can I have a word?
Hey, what are you doing?
He knows we changed course. Should never listen to you.
The coordinates you found in my cabin are insignificant, Sam. Every day, Magnus Hansel, the captain of the Black Rock, recorded his ship's position in a journal. My employers have that journal. Our search grid is based on it. Dozens of position logs throughout the Sunda Trench. What makes you think this one is any more important?
I was given those coordinates by the Maxwell Group.
His employers.
Oh, you found him in his cabin.
I don't know what he's talking
You're
about.
lying. They told me to come here.
Sam, my employers have never made mention of you. How did they contact you?
By email. By coded email. They sent a picture of my fiancée with a hidden message inside. It said, Sunda Trench, Black Rock. They sent me screens of numbers that I had to decipher just to get those coordinates.
You put my business at risk. You put my boat at risk. What, for that?
Gentlemen, I suggest we return to the agreed search plan. I'm willing to put this incident behind us. Sam? Agreed.
Occam.
Mr. Occam,
I am not lying.
turn the ship around.
No!
Mr. Talbot, I think we found Black Rock.
Sonia? Sonia? Sonia! Sonia?
It's the wind.
I thought
This place can play tricks on you. Don't let it get to you.
We found it. We found Black Rock. When we first got to this position, it looked like nothing was here. Talbot said these coordinates were insignificant. Just one of hundreds of entries from Black Rock's journal. I thought Occam wanted to throw me overboard. I tried to explain. They just looked at me as though I was crazy. I don't blame them. Coded emails, hidden messages. I was having doubts myself. So Talbot orders the ship to be turned around. I was just gutted. But then, out of the blue, the sonar finds something. I thought Occam was going to kiss me. So I've convinced him to let me drive one of the ROVs down to get a visual. If the Black Rock's got answers, I'm going to be the first one to see it. But right now the weather's too dangerous to go down, so we have to wait for it to clear. Which is just lousy timing. As tomorrow will be 8 years since Sonia and I met. Wow. We met on this little island called Tanna in the Pacific. The only way in or out is on this very, very poorly maintained twin-engine Cessna, and I was leaving the island and she was arriving. Weather turned bad, so I stayed. Back then I didn't care if it rained forever. Right now I just wanted to stop. I want it over.
Thank you, buddy.
450. 460. 470. 480. 490. 500 metres, hold it there. Switch to the ROV.
Proceed.
Disengage, ROV. Get the lights. Just remember the batteries only last 30 minutes, so no sightseeing.
Got it.
See if your good luck can find Black Rock. For God's sake, come on. It's a waste of time and money.
Just let me recalibrate and I'll sweep the grid again.
Good idea.
Chasing phantoms, there's nothing there.
We will find it.
Look, I've had a gut full of you. You're 200 miles from land, about 3 seconds from being left for fish food. Prepare to retrieve.
There.
There.
That's not a ship.
It's Oceanic 815.
The adventure of a lifetime awaits you. Oceanic Airlines will take you places you've only imagined in your wildest dreams.
Now Oceanic Airlines is excited to announce your chance to get the Golden Pass. It lets you fly anywhere in the world, anytime you want, as many times as you want. To find out how to get yours, go to...
Can't trust these people.
So be sure to enter.
Oceanic Flight 815.
It's super easy. The rules are simple.
We found it.
Oceanic Airlines Golden Pass. Your ultimate passport to paradise and beyond.
This is Bill Kelly at the ANC News Desk. We're following a developing story regarding the crash of Oceanic Airlines Flight 815. The remains of the plane have been located by a search team employing a robotic vehicle that has been scanning the ocean floor. This would appear to be part of the tail section of the aircraft. It has been reported that most of the plane has been found intact. This is brand new video just into American News Channel. The fuselage itself seems to be in fairly good condition. That looks like part of the Oceanic logo. This appears to be the nose section of the aircraft. Very little damage to the plane has been visible in this just released video. Oceanic Flight 815 vanished from radar screens on its flight from Sydney to Los Angeles on September 22, 2004. 324 passengers and crew have been presumed dead, and it looks like there is finally confirmation as to the fate of Flight 815. American News Channel's Tara Gibson is standing by live at Los Angeles International Airport. Have you received any new information, Tara?
Yes, Bill. We're still waiting on a statement from Oceanic Airlines regarding today's situation. An Oceanic employee who chooses not to be named told me that there's a sense of relief among company officials. They're hopeful that the families of the victims and the company itself can receive some closure in this tragic event.
Have there been any statements regarding the location of the downed plane?
Actually, there have been conflicting reports regarding the location of the aircraft. The initial report stated that Flight 815 was slightly off course in its intended Sydney to Los Angeles route. There's speculation that the aircraft may have lost radio communication and could have been turning around and heading to Fiji to attempt an emergency landing. The second report we received, only minutes after the first, says that the aircraft was located by search teams off the southern coast of Bali, Indonesia. The report states the plane was found almost perfectly intact in a trench about 4 miles deep. That's where the team says the video of the plane was taken. We're hoping to receive confirmation on these conflicting reports soon.
It's been reported that the robotic vehicle was able to see bodies of the victims inside the plane. Do you have any confirmation of this?
Yes, we do have confirmation that bodies were indeed seen inside the plane. That video will not be released to the public out of the respect to the families of the victims, according to the search team. We're going to stay here on the scene. We expect an official statement by Oceanic Airlines soon. Back to you, Bill.
Thank you, Tara. Tara Gibson, live at LAX. We will continue to update this story as details emerge. Once again, the remains of Oceanic Airlines Flight 815 have been located on the ocean floor. May the victims rest in peace. This has been American News Channel Breaking News.
Missing Oceanic Airlines Flight 815 was located in what appears to be a chance discovery by a salvage vessel, the Christian 1, working in the Indian Ocean. The expedition was in search of an ancient shipwreck reportedly located off the coast of Indonesia. Instead, they found Flight 815. The National Transport Safety Board has set up a hotline for families of the victims. In a sad coincidence, it is being reported that Sam Thomas, a former Oceanic employee whose partner was on Flight 815, was working aboard the Christian 1 at the time of the discovery. Sympathies have flooded in for Mr. Thomas, but he has been unavailable for comment. A spokesperson for the expedition, Oscar Talbot, has expressed deep shock at the turn of events, but hoped that the discovery might help bring some closure to the families of the victims.
Sam joined the expedition because he wanted to get away from things for a while. At least that's how he put it to me. And looking back, that's clear to me now that he was grieving. He'd studied every aspect of the plane in the hope of finding out what might have happened. And in an extraordinary twist of fate, he had his answer.